Blessings and welcome. I am Tuesday May Thomas, and this is your weekly tarot energy forecast for July 2nd through July 10th of 2018. A few announcements before we begin. I am offering a 30 for 30 summer special. Receive a private tarot reading with me for $30 when you review one of my books. If you do not have any of my books, go down to the Show More box, download my mini ebook for free titled The+nowosphere. It's available on iBooks or at Amazon. Check it out, read it, leave me a review, and then drop me a line about hooking up your 30 for 30. I use PayPal, FaceTime, and Google Hangouts. If you've already got one of my other books and you haven't reviewed it yet, go ahead, leave me a review, and email me. All my info is down below, and we will hook it up. This Thursday's live stream, 4D Trinity, which I usually go live at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, will begin at 11 a.m. this week. And thank you, everyone, all of the new subscribers. I'm so very grateful for this growing community. I pray and I affirm that everything I share here truly serves your divine path of spiritual growth and spiritual sovereignty. As you know, I use the Osho Zen Tarot to do our weekly readings, and this week we are guided to call on the wisdom of the Voyager deck. From time to time, we're guided to pull a Voyager card as the overview for our reading, and it is so this week. So let's take a moment to take a nice deep breath in and out to call in our angels, our guides, our animal totems, and all of those divine light beings who love us and that we love. We thank you so very much. We thank you for always opening the way. Okay, we just had a bunch fall down. One moment. I'm guided now to shuffle from these chunks that fell on the floor. We're so very grateful for all the ways you hold space for us. And a card fell out. Ah, how beautiful. Let's go ahead and have a look. It is called Nurturing. This is such a beautiful card. Just take a look here. Where my finger is, there's a nest and a mama bird and some baby chicks. She's nurturing them. Right across, there's a mama elephant and a baby elephant. It could be a daddy elephant too. And he's nurturing the child. There's all of these beautiful planets everywhere, but there's also this fruit, ripe fruit that has fallen from the tree to the earth. There's the planet Saturn. Look at this beautiful, beautiful collage. The mother elephant and mother bird with their babies represent the nurturing of young life into full fruition and flower. Summer symbolizes the taking care of your spring births and beginnings. Nurturing calls for Venus's tender loving care as well as protective tree-like mothering. Like the elephant with its trunk, lend a supportive hand. The rancher's hand and Saturn symbolize the persistent and patient tending to business and responsibility necessary for successful nurturing. The harvest is close by. Keep going. Take the extra step to ensure success. Now, isn't that interesting? The harvest is close by. There are seeds within us, and we know what they are, that we have, that are just within you, that you're born here with, that you begin to become awakened to as you explore deeper your path of self-love and self-acceptance. And there are things that you have been working towards developing and moving from spring into now this very powerful next vesta of this summertime. What this card is saying like, keep taking care of those things, of those seeds that you've planted, that you've been nourishing, and keep nurturing them. Keep watering them, keep blessing them, keep placing love there, and really honor and acknowledge them, because you are right around the corner from this harvest happening, from this shift of where it seems that you've planted these seeds and there aren't really any sprouts yet, say, but these seeds, they contain this really powerful mystic potency that is a gift of your extension. It is the extension of the gifts of your soul that you are here to share. And so this card, I feel, is very powerful. And it's saying, take care, keep taking care, and take more care of those things that you are bringing down to earth and that you are divinely guided to share. So if you are a gardener and you have, created half a garden, maybe it's time to get out there and check, and clean out the rubbish and clear out any debris and plant the rest of those flowers. I know it's summer, so I don't know what plants you could plant in the summer, but it's a metaphor. Or you are a songwriter and you've written half an album, and you have ideas, but you haven't gone into the studio yet. So sit, nourish, nurture your ideas, give them life, bless them, give them your time and your attention, give them your love, and let them show you how they are here to show you more of how those songs will continue to be written and how you can complete writing the rest of those songs for your album. If you're an artist and you have a whole bunch of half-painted paintings, is it time to go in and to honor them? Or, like, one thing I know for me that I never even thought of is, as I was moving into, how do I spread the word about my work, about my books more and more? And well, there's this idea of a mailing list, right? You collect people's emails at your workshops or, whatever it is. And then the idea from there is you send out an email to these people. Well, I didn't have a regular monthly email newsletter, which I call a love letter, up until not even a year ago. And I would just randomly send out oh, I'm doing a Reiki workshop here or something over there. But I didn't have something that was regular that my fans, followers, supporters, family could rely on, could know that I would be nurturing them, that I would be like, hey, I see you, you gave me your email, and you know what, I'm going to send you out a love letter. I'm going to send you out my blog. I'm going to let you be the first one to read this article or to hear this song that I recorded or whatever it might be. And that's a way of nurturing your audience, right? Nurturing them, not just getting their email and then crickets, nothing. And so in this same way, where and what in your life can you nurture? Can you feed? Can you nourish? Can you tend to more, right? And specifically, those things that are birthed from you, that are your divine gifts, that you're here to share, a part of you, right? And so this is a beautiful, powerful overview card for us this week. I did just drop a card from our Osho Zen, so I'm going to pick it up. Let's go ahead and, I love this though, look. He was with us last week. I will come back. I'll put a link to last week's tarot there. It was very, very powerful. I use the Osho Zen Tarot. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. We'll call in our angels and our guides and all of those divine light beings who love us, that you may serve the Most High. We thank you so, so very much for opening the way for us, for placing love and light ahead of us always and in all ways. We know you surround us above, below, and we thank you. And a chunk of cards has fallen out. I'm guided to use them all. So I'm going to place these other ones on the side, and we're going to take a look. Powerful. Right out the gate. Trust. Trust, trust, trust. Juicy. Experiencing. Ooh, there's two together. Experiencing. Courage. Major Arcana. Look at, there's our seed. There's our seedling beginning to grow. I love it. Here's playfulness. Turning in. Always our signature. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Intensity. Very powerful card. Integration. We know this one. It's still taking place through us. Moment to moment. And totality. Okay, so let's put these together here and take a look. And I love how these connect us with this nurturing card, because courage, this is fully, and I love how this is besides integration in this reading so far, if we are guided to pull more cards, I don't know. But so far, this card, courage, and integration are the only two major arcana, which means they're the heavy hitters. They hold the biggest weight in the reading as their own overview for this reading. And with courage, the story is that a seed can remain a seed for millennia. Like, I've even met, and I know people who are seed carriers who, with all this GMO stuff, and even before all that stuff started, where they felt it was a part of their path to document, to hold, and to keep seeds of ancient plants, of, you know, everything from tomatoes to cucumbers to flowers to all sorts of things, but to keep the original seed, not the genetically modified versions, but the original seeds. And these do exist in the world. There are chambers where these things exist. So just know this, because I have met these people who this is their job, this is what they do. They document, they hold, they preserve these things. Like that though, your seeds of truth have been with you and reside within you throughout your lifetime. And over levels of our awareness growing, of us practicing self-love, of us coming into allowing our truth to guide our way, that aspect of the seeds within us that are ready to be birthed become awakened. And the more awakened we become consciously, the more we have access to understand what these seeds of truth are within us and to begin to listen to their divine guidance. A seed can stay a seed for millennia, again, meaning thousands of years. A seed can stay a seed, and it could just be like, it could look like there's nothing going on there. Yet, given the correct conditions, such as this little seed that was in the crack on the side of a sidewalk, could have perhaps been a little seed in the side of the street there for a long, long time, and then perhaps it rained, and then it got damp enough, and a certain amount of dampness stayed, and then the sun came out, and for whatever divine alignments that had to happen, all of a sudden that seed began to sprout, and it began to grow, and it began to reach for the light. It began to extend and find itself, become itself. And so this is what we're doing over these next several days, July 2nd to July 10th, is we are finding more of ourselves, and we are nurturing those parts of ourselves. We're acknowledging them. We're saying, I see you, me. I see you, me. I see you. And I raise you up in spirit. I love you and I bless you. And how can I serve you, me, which ultimately serves us, the greater whole? And so courage, third chakra, activation of your power center, how you plug into the world, how you are in your body in the world, but also how you hold your personal seeds of truth in this world. So this is like mega, 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 boom, 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 power central here, because this is you getting to come into this next level of your being. We've been doing so much work. This whole beginning of this year, 2018, has been like recycling lessons, recycling lessons, recycling lessons. And what I'm getting so far from this reading, and what I'm really getting a download of here, is that we are at that point where we can complete cycles. We can complete cycles. And the way to do that is to allow and acknowledge these new cycles that are ready to begin, allow and acknowledge these seeds within us that we have been watering, that we have noticed, that we have tended to a fashion, but it's time to really light up that garden within yourself, tend to that garden, nurture, acknowledge, honor it, and allow yourself to really love yourself enough to allow that inner garden to spring forth its divine creations through you. And in this way, as that new garden grows, all that old brush, the old dried leaves, all those seeds within us that we've utilized, that have been used to their maximal capacity, that are no longer bringing blooms for us, that we've grown out of, whatever it symbolizes, old ways that we've done jobs and careers and have worked. You could be an accountant for years and all of a sudden just be like, I am going to sell everything, I'm going to leave my wife, and I'm going to go join a circus, It's like, because I've always wanted to be a clown, it's like these crazy things that I feel that we're like in. And if you do any astrology at all, you'll know that this sort of links up with this Uranus energy, where really anything crazy out there is like, boop, possible, like more than ever, not even possible, but like probable. Yet, if we don't, it's so funny, but if we don't allow that inner clown to be nurtured and acknowledged, if we don't get a red nose and those big shoes for ourselves, and I know this is sounding so ridiculously cheesy, but it's kind of funny, I think, in a way. It paints the picture. If we don't acknowledge that, if we don't let those seeds, whatever it is of your authenticity, spring forth and be nourished and nurtured by you, then we're not going to know. We're not going to know. You will not know who you can become in this next cycle of you becoming you. You becoming the fuller picture of you will never be fully realized as long as these aspects within you that are your truth, that show you, that guide you, that are here to serve you in absolute, the most high, most divine, abundant ways. I mean, look at this. And the harvest being right around the corner, and all of this fruit is like the fruit is growing on the tree. There's fruit that's so ripe and juicy, it's already fallen from the tree to the earth. Yet if we don't pick it up, if we don't honor it, and if we don't, wash it gently and with love and share it and just enjoy the juiciness of it and acknowledge it and say like, wow, this thing that I've been working on, or this project is like, I'm feeling really juiced up about it. This feels really amazing. And how can I serve the greater whole with this, or whatever your paradigm is. The point is that all those things that you've been creating, if you don't look at them and acknowledge them and say, I see you, and I love you, and I bless you, and we are going to keep working with the Most High Divine in servicing you, in servicing me, that I can live my truth courageously in this 3D realm, that's when your seeds begin to sprout and be nourished and show you more of who you are, and they begin to bloom. And as those new seeds begin to bloom, it's almost like the garden takes care of itself. We've been gardening, right? These past months of this beginning of this year, I mean, we're already in July. My goodness, we're halfway through 2018. It feels like all we've been doing is gardening. Right? And working in the yard and like clearing stuff up and past life and lovers and preparing for this change. And remember, last month or last week, specific, like big change. Again, here we go, boom, the changing of the guards, the changing of the codes inside and outside, this spiral energy that's activating within us, our DNA, our direct network antenna is activating. Now, are we going to trust it? And remember, trust is the heart center. And I love this because there's this thing going on here where we have, remember, there was a lot of stuff about grounding our energy, getting in tune with Mama Earth. And honestly, there's been so many 4Ds that have been talking about that, and our tarot cards that I can't remember. I don't even know what to put a link to here, so just watch it all. But this is so very important, to ground our energy and to connect with Earth, to be silent, to be still, so we can hear, look at the robes under the main robe, these colors, the full spectrum of who you are. Root chakra, second chakra, third chakra, yellow, right? Fourth and fifth chakra, the pink and the blue, trust. Trust is fully that part of us that gets to keep watering the plants, keep blessing them and nurturing them, even though it hasn't bloomed yet, right? Even though there might not even be that little sprout yet coming up from the soil. But it's that everyday blessing. It's that everyday acknowledging, that everyday just placing love there, placing our trust there. You see, trust is the alchemist's tool, because trust operates out of space and time. True trust is operating from a space in your heart that is beyond reason. True trust has nothing to do with your mental capacity, with your mental being. Trust is trusting, knowing, which is beyond believing, but we can start with believing. That what you feel inside of you, those seeds inside of you, that garden that you're planting, that creative project that you're working on, that healing in your body, that whatever it is that you know is a part of your truth, trust is knowing that it is in its own divine time and divine way coming into being. Trust is letting go of how it all happens and exercising faith. Trust is exercising faith, which is beyond reason. There is a preacher that I listen to from time to time called Dave Evans. And there's a quote that I wrote on my bathroom mirror, and it is, faith is believing that what God says is true. It's like as simple as that, and whatever name you give God, whether it's love, source, universe, energy, higher self. But that divine, thing that is larger than you, but that is you at the same time, that's what we're putting our trust in ourselves, in our creations, in our seeds, but also in the Most High to bridge heaven on earth through us and bring those most divine circumstances to being at a time when it serves not only you and your higher good, but the higher good of all, the higher good of all. Very, very powerful. I mean, just that we have nurturing and that we got the courage card. So we are on our way. We are fully on our way. And I love, what these cards that are up next. So integration, the next big heavy hitter, because it's a major arcana, the snake eating itself, the cycles spinning, the balancing of the male-female energy, that yin-yang, this divine precision of alignment is taking place through you. Remember, last week was all about the master being present and being like, I'm here, I'm ready to work with you. You're not going to ignore me, are you? Like that weird movie, 9.5 Weeks. Is that what the one that she says it in? I don't know, Sharon Stone or something like that. She's like, I'm not going to be ignored, Bobby, or whatever the line is. But it's kind of like the master was in the reading last week, and the master was like doing that same thing, where the master's all like, I'm here to work with you, for us to be integrated together. I'm here to serve you and to help you and to help you bridge that ladder so that you can create that stairway to heaven, so that you can be your higher self, not just when you're meditating or in dream time, but here in the 3D, so you can actually bridge 4D, your heart space consciousness here in the world. This integration is upon us. It has been happening. And so the master last week was saying, like, are you going to ignore me? I'm here to work with you. Are you ready? Let's get to work. Yes, you are ready. This is you. You've said yes. Your Merkaba is up and running. You are radiating all the colors of the rainbow. Look at your crown chakra. And this is interesting. I still haven't gotten a clear, precise download of what we're going to talk about on this Thursday's 4D Trinity, which, reminder, starts at 11 this week, not 10. And I think we're going to talk about the aura and the chakras. I think that's what I'm getting. And I touched on this just a little bit in last week's 4D Trinity, but all of these colors of the rainbow here, shooting out from the crown, this is the initiation into being a body, into having emotions, into having a mind, but also to remember to coming back to that you are spirit, first and foremost. When the body is gone, when the mind is gone, the emotions have disappeared, what's left is spirit. And going through the colors of the rainbow of the chakras is an initiation to us being here on this planet. And this card is saying, like, you've been working on it, you've been doing it. Yes, I see you. And okay, so this is beautiful. I love when this happens. So it's like how the nurturing card is saying to us to honor, and I know there's glare, but how it's saying to us to honor those seeds that you've planted, honor the seeds within you that have yet to even be watered, honor what has been, feed it, nourish it, acknowledge it. This is your higher self saying, I see you, I honor you, I acknowledge you, and I'm here to nourish you. So this is very beautiful. So it's almost like we're being asked to do for ourselves and for those gifts that we are here to share in the world, what our higher self is doing for us. And this is saying that we have said yes to the master within us. This is saying that we took that initiation last week and we said, yes, master, I see you, I thank you, and I welcome you. Let's integrate, let's work together, let's balance the ability to be the eagle and the swan, to have the divine feminine and the divine masculine in perfect harmony, so that I can not only be intuitive and receptive to these divine downloads that are channeling through me, because I am a master, a practicing master even, and so I know to make a regular practice of meditating. And as I meditate, I am given divine wisdom and guidance through me being receptive and open on when to act, what to say, and how to do what it is when it is time to act. So remember, there's this balance of the divine feminine that is receptive, that is non-reactionary, that is just gathering information, that is reflective, that is reflecting, that is nurturing, right? But that is also just sort of absorbing information, taking information in, being in consideration, not making any big moves really. And it is that masculine that is the thing, that is the quality that makes the move, that makes the call, that makes that puts things into motion. Yet there's this beautiful balance that's showing that we have learned how to integrate being able to be so in tune with that divine feminine, with that receptive nature of ourselves. And it keeps looking at me. It was the top card on the chunk that we put on the side, and it is receptivity. So we are going to use it because this is all we're talking about here. Is we have learned how to integrate this ability to really, we're all psychic, and it's our natural inborn, innate abilities to be telepathic, to be psychic, to have a sense of knowing without needing to know. And really the knowing that you have is always self-serving. It is always about you, the divine guidance of your soul's GPS that is here to guide you in the most high ways that serve not only your highest good, but the highest good of all. Getting to this point is that there's this divine balance here where we are learning, and we have learned to integrate the ability to be receptive, to be appropriately psychic, to be attuned to the finer frequencies of this universe, and at the same time know when it's time to take action and to put things into motion with the masculine energy, right? It's different to be constantly as I say, like I talk about this metaphor like the hammer, where if it's all masculine energy, then we're just kind of like with the hammer, like trying to make things happen, yet there's this divine, like the whole universe is like all of these Rubik's Cubixes, there you go, clicking in and out of formation where the color codes match and then they don't match, and then they click into a different thing and then they click into another thing, and there's this divine dance that's happening. And it's not always time to hit it with the hammer. It's just not, right? Sometimes it's time to sit and to meditate, to tune in, to garner, to activate, to clear, to cleanse, to purify our receptive channels, to keep in tune those abilities, to know, as I say with the Kenny Rogers song, to know when to hold it, know when to fold it, know when to walk away, to know when it's time to take action. And that's what this card is acknowledging, our ability to do that, our ability to be that, our ability to master up and to have this in play. So if you've forgotten, here's your reminder, here's your sign about that is within you, that it's not always time to hit it with the hammer. There's a time to gather information, there's a time to be silent, to be still, and then there's a time to boom. And when you hit it from that balanced place of masculine, feminine, right? Remember, it's been probably a year. The archer, right? Aims, shoots, and it takes one strike, and you hit the target. Instead of hitting with the hammer everywhere all the time and expending your energy and getting exhausted, getting frustrated because it's not working. When your masculine and feminine is divinely attuned, balanced, and aligned through your practices of both nurturing the seeds within you and also then gathering the fruits that have fallen, tending to the garden, honoring them, sharing them, acknowledging them, knowing when it's time to hold it, when it's time to fold it, when it's time to walk away. So these are really, really powerful because there's this integration of your ability to know when it's time to move. So dropping back down to that first, second, and third chakra again. This is so grounded. This is so rooted. We have come so far, and this card is saying look, And you know me, right? If you watch these readings, I very rarely will go into the numbers here down in the diamonds. And you know, well, I've said it before, and I'll just share that the color code in the diamond is specific to the element of the card. Red is fire, blue is of the emotions, the rainbow color is grounding, is of the earth, and the gray is always with the mind. Now, we don't have any, unless we're guided to pull more. There's no mind. There's no fucking mind going on. This is incredible. We have learned, ooh, that master is in the house. It is integrating. High five. I'm so high-fiving you right now, and me. We've come a long way. We are on fire. This summer is ready to put us on fire in the most high divine ways and to carry us. Look at, we get to carry ourselves and nurture ourselves, and then we are carried. We are met on every side, above, below, left and right, to our destined space, to our destined place, to fully manifest, bring down to earth and embody that which is true to you. Divine opportunities, divine happenstance, divine synchronicity is upon you this week. Intensity. Through you acknowledging and grounding your energy and welcoming the master in, you are gathering and changing your frequency. You are gathering light unto your being. You are shifting your frequency, which gives you the ability to move at a speed that is at light speed. That is at light speed. Your ability to move at light speed is outside of time and space, and that's those divine happenstance synchronicities happening for you that don't make sense to the normal person. That it's like, how did that person even know to contact you? How did that email even get in my inbox? How did you even bump into that person at an estate sale, at a backyard of someone's home? Like, these are the things that this divine juiciness of your seeds coming into fruition is here to gift you and offer you this week. As you take courage and as you honor and be present with your true nature, with the seeds within you, as you allow yourself to experience. So we have created visions for ourselves, haven't we? Or we've been shown visions for ourselves. And it's time to go into that vision of you and expand on your theme. Expand on like, how much are you really ready to receive? And it's kind of that thing where anything is possible, right? All good, we'll say, is possible. If you ask for, and we'll just do it in money terms because that seems to be a language that everyone can understand. If you ask for $10,000, right, for a gig, you might get $3,000. If you apply for a job and they're like, well, we're going to, depending on the person's experience, is how much we're going to pay. And they ask you, how much do you wish to make in a year, or how much do you wish to make in an hour? And if you really want $12.50 an hour, don't say $12.50 an hour, right? You're going to say 15 or 17 because there's a sense that they might not meet you there. They might, but they might not meet you there. But they'll meet you at $12.50 and you'll still get what you want. As you dream real big. And these real big muscles, your dream real big muscles, which we'll have to give a more, juicy name to, but for now, your ability, the musculature, the synapses that make you up in your central nervous system, there's only so many of them that are activated that reflect your vision of you, of the truth of you, of exactly what it is you are nurturing, of exactly what those seeds are within you. And those seeds are saying, like, you know what? Some of us are still in the ground, or some of us are just beginning to sprout, and we are malleable. We are not set to any specificity, only that which you decide for us. And now granted, there is a divinity. There is a divine. We are not forcing any will. We're not needing or wanting and forcing a will of any kind. And so we're going to be really upset or unhappy, or we're going to have to bomb the whole world if my dreams don't come true the way I want them to. It's not that. It's just exercising your imagination, your ability to place yourself in the seed in the seed of you and to imagine the most amazing and profound blueprint of probability for yourself. And I feel that that's what's up, because that's what's going to give you excitement for you. This is all for you. Excitement for you in how you keep nurturing your seeds. And maybe that's a part of your thing, is that as you go in and you meditate, or if it's a physical thing or whatever it is, that you talk to it and you're like, you know what? I had this vision where we were fully hanging out and there's this big boat and there's like all these amazing people and we're sharing healing with these ill kids, or I don't know, whatever your vision is, but where you can visualize it, think about it, see it, and let it expand, expand, expand. And even more than that, you know what? Where your mind stops, because really the true seeds of truth are those seeds that are already in your heart that you don't have to think about and make up. There are seeds in your heart that you have been born with, that are here to show you who you are and what you are here to share in the world. And it's those seeds that when we actually get out of the way and we stop trying to like think so much about how to make it bigger and better according to our little brains, that's when the seeds of truth are allowed to show us their maximal power, their maximal potency. And that in turn activates the capacity of your synaptic connectors and being able to like, whoa, where it can almost floor you. You might even get a little freaked out and be like, this is a really big vision in my heart, but that's okay. It's a frequency, it's a vibration, and getting cool with your inner seeds of truth frequency. Just imagine it's part of your homework. That's what you're here to do. That's what you're here to be. So just chill out and let yourself see from your heart. Right? So again, I'm not saying don't imagine with your mind. I think the imagination is so juicy and powerful, and these are muscles to work, to be able to expand ourselves. There's also another way to work with it, is to just be quiet, to meditate, and to allow your seeds of truth to show you themselves how big the vision is, or what the next step of the vision is. Or if you're like, I don't even know how to begin nurturing my projects, or nurturing my relationships, or nurturing this art that I'm creating, or how to get an art gallery showing, or whatever the gig, whatever the thing may be for you, ask your seeds within you, you know, how can I love you more? How can I acknowledge you? How can I nurture you? How can I venture that experience? Like, I know for me, as I started writing books, I mean, I didn't go to school for it. I didn't go to college. I didn't know what the heck I was doing yet. There's something shifted in me. Like, I knew from the moment I had met my REIKI teacher back in 2000, 18 years ago, like, I knew, I was like, I'm supposed to write about this, something I'm supposed to write. And then it was years and years later, 14 years later, that I published my book, The Reiki Apprentice, down below, link, check it out, available, Kindle and Amazon. Kindle and Amazon, Kindle and paperback. But once I got it, that it was time, once my seeds were like, it's time now to put that author hat on, like, not just be a writer, but to be an author, a published author. It was like, whoa. And that was a whole next level. And how did I nurture that? I nurtured that by saying, I honor this seed within me. This feels good. It feels real. It's showing me more of me. I know it's true. So how do I nurture it? How do I honor it? Showing up every day for an hour to 5 hours to just write, to just be like, okay, Spirit, show me. What do I write? And to just make myself available to write. It also told me, don't go anywhere without a pad and a pen in your bag or in your satchel or something, like, just because when divine inspiration comes, you're going to be able to write it down, or a recorder or some way to document the divine that we have here. Now that you've acknowledged that you're an author and you're going to be publishing books, we're going to put you to work. We're going to give you little things to do, and so you can be paying attention and be a proper author. And then it went even to the point where I was like, I started writing this book, and I go, I have no idea what I'm supposed to write about next, or what the next chapter, or what the title is, or, you know, and I meditated on it, and my higher self said, ask the book. And I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Ask the book. And then I was like, and then I got quiet and I got receptive and I got even more energy that said, yes, each book that you are creating is unto itself its own entity. And it has its own, even though it's not even a thing yet, it has its own wellspring of divine guidance, of nurturance for you. While you take care of it, it will know how to take care of you and guide you into serving it to bring it into fruition. So I pray that everything I'm sharing here with you is like clicking, right? Your synapses is like, for you in your divine situation, whatever it is, that it kind of makes sense for you, or that it really makes sense for you. When we start to see things in different lights, we gain insight and light sight into being able to see things differently. And then we see ourselves differently and how we can contribute. And I love these last two cards here because they're playfulness and moment to moment. And look at both of them. Both of them, one is grounding. Remember I was talking about the colors in the diamonds? Oh, and I never finished. Okay, wait. Remember I said I was going to talk about this. So it's 5, right? And it's fire. And I also said first, second, and third chakra. As we participate in our life from a place of truth, from a place this week specifically in nurturing the truth in our hearts, those projects, those creations we're bringing to earth, as we honor them, what's happening is that we are moving from that first, second, and third chakra, and we are met in the 5th with fire. What is the 5th chakra? It is the throat chakra. We are met with the ability to ground these ideas, to further bring them nurturance and sustenance by being able to speak about them. Now, isn't that something? I think that really takes skill to be able to, when I write a book, and even now, it's like, what's the synapse? You got to have like your 5-second, like the elevator. I don't even know what it's called. Your elevator speech. It's like, tell me about the book in 5 seconds. And you're like, keywords. Okay, now talk about it. And you have a whole minute. And you're like, oh, okay, that's a lot of space to fill. Well, it's about the blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, if you were going to do a 20-minute talk show, it's like, okay, well, this is a whole other thing. And that's what this card, that's what I'm getting, is that as you participate, nurture your seeds, nourish your dreams, be active with them in your meditations, talk to them. They are entities, they are creations, they will nourish you. You can nurture them, they will nurture you, and you will be given the ability to be able to speak succinctly in those specific areas. Because remember, when you're at that yard sale, that estate sale, that random grocery store that you've never been to before, but that's the day that you end up going there and you meet like this person that puts you in connection with this other thing that like totally rocks your world and like opens up a whole new thing of opportunity for you. Because you're nurturing, you're acknowledging, you're loving, you're accepting, and you're honoring your truth and these beautiful seeds within you, it's going to give you back the ability to express yourself, especially at those times when you're like, oh, I better have my elevator speech ready right now and go, where you're going to be able to just be like, boom, 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 and it's all going to come from here, and those people, that place, that situation is going to see you, and it's going to be like, you need to talk to so-and-so, and they're going to give you the phone number, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I have so-and-so's phone number, and it's going to be, this is what I'm getting jazzed and juiced up and excited just about this. So, again, as you honor, you nourish, you nurture your truth, those seeds of creation within you, this week especially, what's going to happen is it's going to activate, it's going to connect through your heart center beyond reason into that space of faith, into the blue, where you're going to be able to, like an expert professional, be able to speak on your theme in an expanded, enlightened, perfect way that connects the dots for that audience, whether it's a person or 5,000 people in the house that are going to be like, we get her, we need this product. We get him, we need to put them in touch with this thing because we need to, help service this along the path and create an opportunity for this to come to be in an even more amazing and beautiful way that serves the greater whole. Okay, so we're ending here with moment to moment, and I love this, and playfulness. Both of these characters, they're on one foot. Can you see that? One foot is up in the air, although it's kind of not in the frame. But and look at, they're really up on their toes, and their arms are open. Oh, and isn't that funny? I said clown earlier. And then moment to moment, it's the same thing. 1 foot. The arms are open. There is no grasping here. There is no holding. There is no controlling. And again, this is that divine balance, that integration of that masculine and that feminine energy, when you know when to hold it, you know when to fold it, you know when to walk away, you know when to run either away from it or towards it, baby. Woo! I'm on fire. I'm feeling the fire. This is very, very powerful. Non-grasping. You have relinquished completely the way that you think things need to work out. You have let go of controlling the situation. You are fully on standby. You are meditating. You're keeping all of those voices. Look at all those faces surrounding her head. You're keeping clear connection to source, to God, to love, to light. You are unfuckable with, because you are connected to your spirit, connected to soul, to the oneness. You are receptive. You know when to act and when to be still. When to be in your divine femininity and when to, boom, make the mark and hit that target. Hit the bullseye. We are on fire this week. I love sharing these readings with you. I'm so very grateful. Wow, thank you all of these new subscribers. Thank you for all of your comments. Give me a thumbs up right now if you like this video. I'm so very grateful. Leave me a comment. Send me an email and just say hey, or if you are interested in my 30 for 30 special that I'm doing for tarot readings, send me an email. If you're confused of what you need to do to review my book, just drop me a quick line and I'll explain it everything, okay? Again, my links are down below. The Reiki Apprentice book, my free mini ebook download, the Nowosphere is there. Understanding your spiritual sensitivity is what that's all about. And I have taken my book, How to Manifest with the Law of Vibration, out of printing for a bit. I've been creating a second edition, which I feel is so much more aligned and authentic. And so I will be re-releasing that very, very soon. But please know, if you do not know, that when you subscribe to my actual website, TuesdayMayThomas.com, you receive my monthly love letter in your email. Check your social and your promos. But also you receive a book, my little ebook, The Higher Self, Blueprint of Mastery. Check out my live stream on Thursdays. Again, this week it will start at 11 a.m. And I thank you and I love you and I bless you and I'm so grateful. I bless this community with so much namaste love. I pray and I affirm that everything that we share here, that I share here, truly serves your path of spiritual growth and spiritual sovereignty. You are on fire this week. Keep nurturing yourself, your dreams, your truth. All the highest good will come to pass for all in the most beautiful ways. I truly feel it. Namaste with so much love. Blessings.